As the sun dips below the horizon, casting an eerie glow across the vast expanse of North Carolina's Outer Banks, one could almost sense the whispers of the past echoing in the breeze. The sea laps restlessly against the shores, a ceaseless reminder of the relentless passage of time and the mysteries it has swallowed. This is Roanoke Island, where America's first English settlers established a colony, only to vanish without a trace. This is where our story begins. The year was 1587, an era of exploration and expansion for the English. The expedition's governor, John White, led a group of 118 men, women, and children across the treacherous Atlantic, dreaming of prosperity in the New World. They arrived at Roanoke Island and founded the first English settlement in America, nestled amidst the dense, untouched wilderness. Little did they know, they were writing the opening lines of America's oldest unsolved mystery. In the following months, the settlers constructed their homes, adapting to the challenging new world with resilience and indomitable spirit. They managed to sustain themselves despite scarce resources and an ambivalent relationship with the local Native American tribes. The birth of Virginia Dare, the first English child born in America, signaled hope for the colonists amidst the hardship. However, the colony was far from secure. The settlers, desperate for supplies and reinforcements, persuaded Governor White to embark on a perilous journey back to England, but fate had other plans. England was on the brink of war with Spain, and the voyage that was supposed to last months stretched into years. It wasn't until 1590 that White managed to return to Roanoke Island. He expected to find a thriving colony. Instead, he was greeted by haunting emptiness. The settlement was deserted, and there was no sign of violent conflict or distress. The only clue left behind was the word Croatoan, carved into a wooden post, and crow, etched into a nearby tree. These cryptic inscriptions were the sole remnants of the vanished colonists, their meanings shrouded in mystery. Theories over the centuries have swung between rational explanations and supernatural legends. Some suggest the colonists assimilated with nearby Native American tribes, while others propose they were victims of disease or hostile attacks. The possibility of them attempting to return to England and being lost at sea has also been considered. Yet, without solid evidence, these theories remain speculative threads in the intricate tapestry of the Roanoke mystery. The disappearance of the Roanoke colony is not just a historical puzzle. It's a ghost story that has haunted America for over 4 centuries. It represents the enigma of human endurance and adaptability, the complexities of early colonial relations, and the stark brutality of the unknown. Our journey in Unearthed, the vanishing colony of Roanoke, America's greatest mystery, will delve into these layers, seeking answers in the whispers of the past, the pages of history, and even under the soil of the present-day Outer Banks. As we uncover the tales of Roanoke, we invite you to join us, to traverse the shadows of history, and to confront the captivating enigma that continues to intrigue scholars, historians, and enthusiasts worldwide. In order to fully appreciate the gravity of the Roanoke mystery, it is essential to delve into its roots, to understand the world in which it sprang to life. The year was 1587, a time of exploration and expansion, and the establishment of the Roanoke colony forms a significant chapter in the annals of New World history. Nestled in the green heart of what is now known as North Carolina, Roanoke was England's first attempt at creating a permanent settlement in the Americas, a bold endeavor led by John White, an artist and cartographer, who was appointed the governor of the colony. The political and social climate of the era was rife with complexities. England, under the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, was aggressively seeking to expand its global influence, directly challenging the Spanish who held the lion's share of the New World. Roanoke was not merely a settlement, it symbolized a pivotal move in this grand chess game of imperialism. Yet it was a move fraught with danger and uncertainty, as settlers were stepping into uncharted territories dotted with unknown enemies. Life in Roanoke was far from the utopian dream the colonists may have envisaged. The settlers, around 115 men, women, and children, faced tremendous hardship. They had to grapple with the challenge of establishing a new life in an alien land, with limited resources to sustain them. The harsh weather, unfamiliar terrain, and the constant threat from hostile forces tested the limits of their endurance. The colony, initially envisaged as a commercial outpost, was caught in the throes of survival. It was the backdrop against which the colonists disappeared, a harsh and unforgiving world where survival was a daily battle. The settlers also had to navigate the intricacies of their relationship with the indigenous population. Initial interactions with the native tribes were friendly, but as the demands of the colony grew and resources dwindled, conflicts began to emerge. The colonists were alien entities intruding upon lands that the indigenous tribes had called home for generations. The tension between the two groups, fueled by cultural misunderstandings and territorial disputes, would eventually reach a boiling point. Yet, amidst these adversities, the Roanoke colony was not entirely devoid of optimism. The birth of Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas, signified hope for the future of the settlement. The irony, however, is that her birth coincided with the colony's disappearance from the pages of history. A symbol of hope transformed in the blink of an eye into an emblem of one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. As we delve deeper into Unearthed, the vanishing colony of Roanoke, America's greatest mystery, we'll explore not only the physical hardships and political struggles that the colonists faced, but also the human stories that punctuated life in the colony. By doing so, we hope to piece together the puzzle that is Roanoke and to shed light on the shadows that have obscured its fate for over 4 centuries. As we journey through the past, we'll continue to search for the truth, buried under layers of time, waiting to be unearthed. With the stage set, we now delve into the main events that led to the vanishing of the Roanoke colony, a mystery that has baffled historians and archaeologists for centuries. The events leading up to the disappearance of the colony are a complex confluence of factors, each of which opens a new chapter in our understanding of the settlers' lives and their struggle for survival in an alien land. As we dig deeper into the historical archives, we find that the colony was faced with numerous challenges, not the least of which was the lack of supplies. The colonists were heavily reliant on regular supplies from England, which were disrupted for 3 long years between 1587 and 1590 due to the Anglo-Spanish War. This delay could have had a disastrous effect on the colony, as they would have had to ration their remaining resources, pushing them further towards the brink of survival. While supply chain disruptions could have led to the colony's downfall, there's more to the mystery than just lack of supplies. Stories from local tribes suggest that the colonists might not have vanished, but rather assimilated with the native population. This theory is given credence by the fact that several Native American tribes in the area bear surnames common among the Roanoke colonists. Moreover, centuries later, reports of light-skinned, blue-eyed indigenous people speaking an old form of English further supports this assimilation hypothesis. The last known piece of evidence from the colony is a cryptic message, Croatoan, carved into a wooden post. Some historians speculate that this was a desperate message left by the colonists, indicating their intended destination. The nearby Croatoan island, now known as Hatteras, was home to a friendly tribe of the same name. Pressured by dwindling supplies and the constant threat of hostile tribes, it's plausible that the colonists might have sought refuge with the Croatoan tribe. Archaeological evidence also provides tantalizing clues about the colonists' fate. Recent excavations at the site have unearthed English-style artifacts mixed with Native American objects, pointing towards a possible integration of the two cultures. However, no definitive proof of the colonists' fate has been found, leaving the door open for speculation. The colonists' desperate struggle for survival, their interaction with the native tribes, and the long-standing mystery of their fate all contribute to the fascinating story of Roanoke. In our quest to understand the past, we must piece together these fragments of history, archaeological finds, and folklore. In doing so, we might inch closer to solving America's oldest mystery, the story of a hopeful colony that simply vanished, leaving behind only traces of their struggle and a cryptic message. The vanishing of the Roanoke colony serves as a stark reminder of the trials and tribulations faced by early settlers in the Americas. As we continue to unearth the story of Roanoke, we also uncover a broader narrative about human endurance, adaptation, and the relentless quest for survival. The enigma surrounding the Roanoke colony has had a profound influence on subsequent colonial endeavors. Its sudden disappearance has served as a grim cautionary tale for future settlers, underscoring the unpredictable challenges that awaited in the New World. The Roanoke mystery acted as a catalyst for enhanced preparation and strategic planning in subsequent colonial expeditions. Colonizers heeded the lessons from Roanoke, ensuring they were better equipped and more prepared for the possible confrontations with indigenous tribes, the harsh weather conditions, and the threat of food scarcity. Centuries after the Roanoke colony disappeared, the mystery continues to spark speculation and ignite imagination. The story of the vanished colony has permeated popular culture, inspiring countless books, movies, and television series. Theories about the fate of the settlers range from plausible, like integration with local tribes or relocation due to scarce resources, to the fantastical, involving extraterrestrial abductions or supernatural forces. This endless speculation around Roanoke's fate underscores our enduring fascination with unsolved mysteries and our relentless urge to make sense of the past. The enduring mystery of Roanoke has also led to a dramatic shift in our understanding of early American history. Traditionally, the narrative of American colonization has been dominated by stories of conquest and triumph over adversity. However, the story of Roanoke presents a different perspective, one that acknowledges the harsh realities of colonial life, the complex relationships with indigenous tribes, and the vulnerability of the early settlers. The exploration of the Roanoke mystery has challenged historians to move beyond traditional narratives and delve deeper into the complexities and uncertainties inherent in the period of early colonization. Moreover, the archaeological findings from Roanoke have demonstrated how early settlers might have adopted native practices to survive in the new environment. This possibility challenges the conventional understanding of colonial history as a one-way process of cultural imposition. The evidence of cultural mingling at Roanoke implies a process of mutual adaptation and influence between the colonists and native tribes, a narrative often overlooked in the grand tale of colonization. Further, the Roanoke saga has raised questions about the role of historical narratives and myths in nation-building. The story of the lost colony, with its air of mystery and tragedy, stands in stark contrast to the triumphant narrative of the early settlers, commonly promoted in our collective memory. Yet, it is an equally crucial part of America's historical fabric, reminding us of the countless untold stories, struggles, and sacrifices underlying the birth of a nation. As we explore the mystery of Roanoke and its resounding impact, we delve deeper into the complexities of our past. The lessons gleaned from this lost colony extend beyond historical facts and figures, encouraging us to question our perceptions, challenge established narratives, and rethink our understanding of history. The enduring mystery of Roanoke is a testament to the power of unresolved history. It may confound us, but it can also open up new ways of seeing and understanding our shared past. As the light of understanding inches closer to the shadows of Roanoke's past, researchers and archaeologists continue to dig into its soil, sift through its records, and analyze its relics in hopes of finally penetrating the veneer of mystery that has long shrouded the fate of its settlers. The quest for resolution is not just driven by an intellectual curiosity, but also by a deep-seated desire to pay homage to those early pioneers, whose sacrifices paved the way for the civilization we now know. Excavations on Hatteras Island, where the colonists were thought to have sought refuge, have uncovered a plethora of intriguing artifacts over the years. English pottery fragments, tools, and even gun flints have been unearthed amidst indigenous Algonquian remains, suggesting a mingling of these disparate cultures. However, what these discoveries fail to explain is the complete disappearance of the entire colonial populace. After all, even an integration with the local tribes would have left a visible genetic mark on the descendants, a mark that has yet to be definitively found. In the heart of the Roanoke mystery is the elusive word Croatoan carved on a post of the fort. While it was the name of an island and a native tribe friendly to the colonists, no concrete evidence has been found linking the colonists' fate to this location or tribe. Some speculate it might be a distress signal or a coded message, adding another layer to the enigma of Roanoke. On a more scientific front, studies of the climate during the critical years of the colony's existence hint at a mega drought that could have been catastrophic for a fledgling settlement. This might have pushed the colonists to seek more fertile soils further inland or integrate with indigenous tribes out of sheer survival. The advent of modern technology is also opening up new avenues of exploration. Recent advancements in ground-penetrating radar and remote sensing are being employed to map areas of interest without disturbing their archaeological integrity. The use of DNA testing on potential descendants of the colonists and the analysis of tree ring data to study historical climate patterns are among the innovative techniques researchers are harnessing to unearth Roanoke's secret. Despite these efforts, the mystery of the lost colony remains an elusive ghost from our past, haunting our present with its unanswered questions. As we stand on the threshold between known and unknown, the enduring mystery of Roanoke proves that history is not merely a collection of facts and dates, but a continuous dialogue between our present and the past. And it is within this dialogue, within this ongoing quest for understanding, that we find not just the story of a lost colony, but a reflection of our shared human journey. At the heart of it, the search for Roanoke is the search for ourselves, an exploration of our collective resilience, adaptability, and the insatiable curiosity that propels us forward. It is a testament to our capacity to seek, to question, and to unravel the threads of our shared history, even as we weave the tapestry of our future. The story of Roanoke, much like history, is not simply about finding definitive answers, but striving to ask the right questions. Questions that keep us connected to our past, engaged with our present, and poised to face the future.